2021. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put billions of my access. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, dead a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Dog, it's a dog. Payback is a dog. Dog, it's a dog. Payback is a dog. Dog, it's a dog. Payback is a dog. Dog, it's a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Dog, it's a dog. Payback is a dog. Dog, it's a dog. Payback is a dog. Dog, it's a dog. Payback is a dog. Dog, it's a dog.
Shalom, Israel. Oh, Salaki.
When Westworld, let's get it. Gon' be sure, tell them make sure. If not, we gon' make war. Clip say it hold 20, but I think it could take more. Grab a stick, fire on your camp, we gon' make s'mores. I ain't satisfied with my spot, then I'ma take yours. No matter how many roadblocks in my way, I'ma break forward. This path I'm on is so damn narrow, I just stay forward. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, I just ate more. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, give me 8 more. Nigga, I don't sugarcoat shit, bitch, I'm straightforward. Don't give a fuck if they don't let me in, I just break doors. Ballin' so hard, they asking what team that I play for. Scammer who? They ain't stopped making guns when they made yours. Sick with it, feeling like I woke up with stage 4. They ain't want the piece loose, what they opened up the cage for. Endure the pain, been through hard times is what I'm made for. Paid my dues, never left a wage, I just rage war. So many chains and gold teeth, this the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world, got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
Stood against all enemies. In high school, you was the man that's lost memory shit. Lost energy, never lost my energy. Never lose control, never losing, dog, I plan to keep. You lose your mind where I'm from, I ain't talking from what you see. I never lost soul, losing times, wasting steady pacing. You off track, I'm on that. You pray to God, hoping he can save you. But there's power about war, and that's a different angle. This another lost cause, and I'm just adding to the list. They not seeing me for that reason, got a flash on the grip. Nigga, big priest, they gon' judge me by my increase. And I'ma keep stepping in these joys to the increase. Just got off the phone with Jacob, and he said it's time to shine. Certified, blue dot, put it on you, now you verified. One West world, bigger than World War III. Do not sleep, it's not cheap, and it's still top 3.
So many chains and gold teeth, this the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world, got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
Came on boats and then chains, so when I get rich, I'ma grab a boat and 10 chains with 12 ribs from each tribe. And each rib gonna have at least 3 kids. Yeah, I'ma have a deep squad. Been rapping since knee high, now a nigga shack size. Spit that holy fire, when you hear it, you get baptized. One West world, yeah, you niggas know the logo. And I'ma bust it down so the haters see the globe glow. Let's have a feast, let's shine on our enemies. Right in they face, let's blind all our enemies. Cause now we have, but we come from half-nots. Throw that cash on the ground, my nigga, let's cast lots. I started from the bottom, birthed out of mud, raised by gangsters, turned out a thug. I ain't give a fuck, burnt out I was, from hitting licks in and out and selling nicks in the drop.
So many chains and gold teeth, this the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world, got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
All right, this is Rudy Speech, man. We got Captain Tower in the building. Yeah. So, Cap, man, let us know where you from.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me, man, on Rudy Speech, man. Listen, I'm ready down right quick,
don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I finish, one West when I start. Big shine, big glow. I be gone till November, let my bitch know. I'm back by the winter, bubbling like Crisco. I need my pockets all swollen like a lymph node. Talking out the side of your neck, get you a slit throat. I stay broke, don't care if I got $1 million. Looking down on me, I put your brains on the ceiling. Fuck kicking down the door, we bout to demo the building. Fake cats all in these groups, I wonder who ya. Shoot ya off your pulpit, hallelujah. 4-pound gun youngin' down like it's a Cougar. On my feet, combat boots, or is it Puma? Words spreading around about me, none of it rumor. All truth, very big facts, very large caliber on very small gaps. Compact pistols, ladders, and all that. About to throw the switch in the Nina for rapid fire. Got the 5.7 equipped with the magnifier. Boom shakalaka equipped with the rim rocker. We ain't really got beef, yeah, Ramak would have been shot ya. The best rhymer since Pac and Big Papa. Big llama, big juice, I'm Big Jamba. Quarter tank of gas, I ride like a big timer. No informer, no sweat, not insigner. My conglomerate wreck like King Tonga. No Asian pun me, no chink in armor. Remain calm throughout pain that bring drama. Stay focused on things that bring commas. Took all pressure, applied and made diamonds. Stay true, kept shit pure, my name honored. Paid all dues and debts and kept promise. Make sure you show respect, pay homage that I'm one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I said I've been one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I'm the hottest on the market, don't make me start it. I'ma pull up in a Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I remember days was trapping out the apartment. Now one West about put me up in a starship. About to fly the friendly skies in this bitch. Spit the truth on the corners, I lie a little bit. I'm a stand-up nigga, I die before I switch. Down or we up, I'm cool with who I with. I'ma be war the king and stay dangerous. Hold down the biz and fam, remain blameless. Now rappers drippy with styles we made famous. First with studs and spikes in any city. Designing charge a stack for shit that can't fit me. Had fringes on my coattail way before Jimmy. Funny how the general ain't even see a penny. Better show respect, get smoked like a chimney. Keep my name out your mouth, don't even think it. Send a real Smith at y'all, no Jada Pinkett. Both ball heads, my grain a $1.50. Lost my man to the game, that pain that stuck with me. Had to find a cheat code to the street though, cause them niggas getting foul, shoot you like a free throw. Keep spitting acid like a Mino, and the nigga be the nicest with a mean flow. Try to ride my wave, you gon' need a speedboat. I'm hot like 100 degrees in a peacoat. Scarf in the sweater, I embark every letter. It's UPK, not a part, but together. Homie, I've been one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West when I start. One West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West.
Shalom, Israel. We are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We've been established teaching the truth since 1969. We are not affiliated with nobody. If it ain't under Commander Gina Hunter, it's not of the Lord. And the title of this class, is the history, but we're going to go about the history of like over the times of doing certain different captivities. We've been under different forms of currency, different ways people pay for, for food and land and water, so forth and so on, and meat or whatnot. But today we want to talk about like the currency of now. Today's time is the American dollar, and that currency is dropping. Well, the currency of brotherhood should always be at an all-time high. It should always be valued, but we devalue brotherhood and sisterhood. So I'm just gonna go over just a few scriptures to talk about the history of like over the times how we always neglected brotherhood, and for our own selfish reasons we chose the currency of our oppressors, or we chose the shiny trinkets of other heathens and their gods and customs. But we're here to teach our people that like there's gonna come a time where like this American dollar or the currency that of any currency or whatever is going to drop, is going to fall, and then it's going to be too late to try to come but like learn the greetings of the men of the Israelite School of UPK. It's going to be a little bit too late to say Yahweh Bashin, Yahweh Shabbarakatah. Hey Salaki, war, y'all teaching class today? Man, if I come on up, y'all got some food, right? They got their clothes dry, right? So like we always got to look at the currency of brotherhood and keep that currency on tap. You know what I'm saying? Because brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is the key to survival. Nobody gets anywhere on this earth by themselves. So if you don't accept brotherhood, then you won't have anything. And we're gonna go through the scriptures, show up through time like what Christ taught about brotherhood. We're gonna go through the New Testament and the Old Testament and the Apocrypha. So we're gonna cover all bases of this to show about how important it is to have that brotherhood and then have that sisterhood. All right. So before we begin, if anybody got any questions, just type it in the chat. The TikTok is down. I am permanently banned. I guess they didn't like the trans age. You know, me talking about trans age. You know, they had a problem with me showing the videos of people not liking out, you know, the trans age community, and they've been able to change their age and identify as different other nonsense. You know, YouTube and Facebook, they ain't have a problem, but TikTok saw fit to have a problem with what I was speaking on, so they permanently banned me from going live, is what they said. And I have to wait to appeal it. Ain't that something? You know, I got kicked off TikTok a few times, but I've always been able to appeal it, or they'll shadow ban me. But no, they told me I am permanently banned. So, you know, I might have to just create another TikTok. We'll see. Because I'm going to try to email somebody in corporate, you know, so get something appealed or whatever. I felt like they should give me a warning, you know. Where's the warning at? How do we know what you can and cannot say? But in a ways, you know, we just got to tidy up our words and figure out another way to convey the message, to get out to our people, to warn our people, to alert our people, to notify them about what's going on in the earth. But we're going to be moving on. So, currency, right? A lot of times people just think that you have money. No, don't get it wrong. Money is a defense. There's nothing wrong with having funds. But our people tend to think that that's all you need. Like, people fail to realize that outside of even if you inherit something, you need the assistance of somebody else to get that, whatever it is that you have, to gift and pass down. Whether you say you inherited some land, well, somebody had to work hard to get that land. Whether you say you inherited the business, it took somebody else, and the men and women in that business to build up that corporation, to build up that that LLC or that private company. It took people, it took work of others to build it up. So nobody was ever actually by themselves. All right, so the point is that I'm bringing about is when you lack brotherhood and sisterhood, you will destroy your own race of people. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why we are suffering today, because we lack brotherhood and sisterhood. Like, there's no guidance amongst us how we treat one another. All right? And we need to learn how we're supposed to love one another, how we're supposed to treat one another. And then this Bible is like our manual. Like, this Bible are our records and the substance to sustain life. Not just in this country, in our own country, in any other captivity, in water, on the sea, in ice, whatever the hell we may reside at, or whatever we might be living at, or walking at, or sojourning through. The Bible is our key to salvation, our key to living. All right, with that, so I'm going to go over just some. It should be like a mixed scripture to everybody. I'm going to go over to Mark, the 12th chapter. All right, and I'm going to go to verse 30. Let me go to verse 30. Mark 12 and 30. And this is the beginning of the brotherhood and sisterhood. Well, as it pertains to the law. This is the beginning of how you really treat that brother, how you really treat that sister. All right, because we tend to look at somebody and think that they got it going on, because money can be a defense, but it's not all. You need more than just money. It's just defense. Like, what good is your money when the grocery stores are empty and out of food? What good is your money and you just can't buy they're out of gas? Like, you can't go to the gas station and get gas if they're out of gas. So your money meant nothing. Or what good is your money when you and the gun stores are closed? You can't go buy any ammunition. You can't go buy a firearm or a rifle if you can legally obtain one. So what good is your money? But what you should have is that brotherhood. You should have that brother and sister that's going to be there with you, thick and thin. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to need brothers going to be there. A good brother, a good friend is someone that will fight for you and someone that will die for you. Whether you're right or wrong. If you're wrong, we'll correct when we get to the house. But in the meantime, if it's time to knuckle up, we knuckling up to protect our people. You understand? So we're going to get into, like, these scriptures. We're going to get into what the Lord said, what Christ said. All right, so this is Mark the 12th chapter, starting at verse 30. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. So that what that's telling, this is the first commandment. You gotta love the Most High with everything you got. Period. That is the first. Now, verse 31 says, and second is like, namely this. Meaning like the second commandment is almost just as one as the first one. Like it's, you got the first one and you got one that's next to it, right? It's like on nigh to it. The second is namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these. Because these are the top two. This is one, this is the first one, and this is the other first one behind the first one. It ain't even the second one. It's just like, this is one and one. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how important these two. 1A, 1B, like these two are important and it's substantial for like the brotherhood and sisterhood. It's like it. Like, it's substantial for our people. It says, the second is namely this, like, who is thy neighbor? The neighbor is your brother, your kinsman. And we're about to get into just a few scriptures and show and prove this, all right? So, let's go to, we'll go to Ecclesiasticus, the 12th chapter. Start about verse 8. All right, so, no, scratch that. Let me go to Proverbs real quick. Proverbs 18. 18. Proverbs 18, we'll go to verse, let's go to 19. Proverbs 18 and 19. Because we're going to show, like, how they knew brotherhood was important. Now, they put it out through in this Bible. Brotherhood is extremely important. So, like, they knew brotherhood is important. Friendship is important. All right, 18 and 18, Proverbs 18 and 19. Like, we gotta understand like how we treat a brother. Like, when you mistreat a brother, or you do something to a brother, like you gotta right that wrong by like talking to that brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, you know, Salakia. You know what I'm saying? Go speak to that brother. If he says you offended him, you offended him. And leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you say Salakia and continue to be brothers. That's Salakia. This brother really messing with my allergies. All right, so Proverbs 18 and 19. It says, a brother offended is harder to be warned. You ever notice like that? But let me tell you how you know it's so true. We see our kinsmen, right? We'll see our kinsmen. They'll go to like some store, an oppressor store, and they'll completely mess up their order. They'll be completely disrespectful. And our people, they'll forgive them. And they'll go right back to their store. But let them go to some black-owned business, right? And let's say they be offended at their business. Or they will never shop them ever again. And that's why the scripture is so true, because it says, a brother offended is hard to be warned. Like, we are so, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say holding a grudge, but like, we are extremely hard. It's extremely hard to gain our trust back if it is a brother that offended us or sister. Like, we look at our people and be like, nah, you offended me. This is wrong. I don't want to have nothing to deal with you. I can't rock with this. And we over with. Like, we done. We splat. It's rubber hits the mud. Rubber hits the road. So, yeah, we are extremely hard to be won over because we have so much of that hatred towards our own brother, the hatred towards our own sister. Like, we never want to forgive nobody. And that's why Christ said, you know what I'm saying, you got to forgive that brother. You got to, you know what I'm saying, if he offends you, go to him alone and tell him, like, this what you did was wrong. So that way it can be amended. But if you see in Proverbs, it's telling you that a brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city. Like, it is extremely difficult to gain that brother's trust back after you may have wronged him or he feels slighted. Like, I know There's been times where, like, you know, your brother might do something. You be like, man, F that person. I ain't never going back. Won't even pick up the phone call. But let your oppressor do something to you. Like, when it comes to our oppressors or any other race, we're quick to forgive them. Like, we'll forgive them and love them and move forward and build with them. But when it comes to your own kinsmen, no, like, we cannot be one. Like, there's no forgiveness amongst our own brothers. And that's why we got to understand, like, how important value brotherhood is. Because you think that you can buy friendships, you think that you can buy peers and you can buy colleagues because you got so much money and these are your associates. All that means nothing if you don't have brotherhood. Like, the American dollar is depreciating. We hear it all the time. And now we've been hearing about BRICS, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, all coming together and they're trying to form up their own currency and not buy crude oil with the American dollar. They're trying to create like their own currency. Because in order to buy oil, you got to change in your money and get American dollars. So now if they does that, that leaves America only has two power structures. One, they got control over the oil. You got to go through the American dollars. If you take that away, they leave them just their weapons to sell. So there is, America's not going to like that. America's going to try to do all she can to hold on to that. So these are just small things as you see this empire is slowly starting to crumble. We already got like a glimpse of it, a small smidget of a taste due to COVID-19. But we got to understand, like, you can't put your value inside of your money, your value inside of the new friends you got after you got that new money. You can't put your value in there because your value has to be inside of this brotherhood. And in this Bible, we're going to go and learn what that brotherhood comes from. Because right now, it's telling you, like, stuff is already so true. Like, we got that relative or that friend, or it could be ourselves, especially if he was in the world or coming out the world, like, you know, someone offends you, like, it was hard to gain that trust back. So, like, it's kind of like you don't want to even be bothered with them. You understand? So I'm going to keep reading. It says, Proverbs 18:19. A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city, and the contentions are like bars of a castle. You know, think about what it means by your contentions are like bars of a castle. Those of y'all who don't know, if you got like a castle and you got bars, what is something that the bars does? The bars of that castle. For those of y'all who don't know, it keeps what's inside, and it keeps what's outside out. I mean, like, these are bars that are going to separate you from something. It's going to keep you away. So, like, now you got somebody that offended you and they upset, and you're like, hey, well, who gonna be there? They be like, oh, going to this party. Oh, Jaquan's gonna be there. Oh no, Jake won't come out one though. No, they don't be around. I'm gonna stay away from them. And that's what the scriptures is talking about. We're talking about, like, those bars are like, the contentions are like bars of a castle. It keeps certain things away. So that's what we have to deal with. And these are like our people head on. So we're going to drop down from 19, going to go down to 24. All right. And 24 says, a man that has friends must show himself friendly. I mean, like, if you want to have good friends, you got to be like the epitome of that definition of being a friend. Sloppy. Like, you got to show yourself to be friendly. Like, don't be all combative and pointing the finger and yelling and being like how Judaizers mostly are. Talking with your hands. Hey, let me holler at you real quick. And that used to be like the thing when I was in high school. We used to, like, bang on the desk. When we try to talk, we were like, hey, you shut the F up. Where the teacher at? So, like, you got to come in peace. Like, how would you want somebody to approach you if you want them to gain you? Like, come in peace. So it says, a man that has friends must show himself friendly. And there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. So now it's telling you, you're going to have some friends that will be closer to you than your own relatives. And boy, of us in the UPK, a majority of us have not experienced that. Meaning, like, when we came to serve Christ and follow after Christ and serve the Most High, Sir, we can't do what the Most High says, follow this Bible. Like our own family members turned against us, right? Our own kids, my mothers, our fathers, our children, our wives, and relatives, and brothers and sisters. But who stood with you when you wanted to serve the Lord, serve, have Christ as our King? The brothers in the UPK, like they stood by you. So that's what the scripture is talking about. Like, you find a good friend, you need to stick with them. You understand? Because they'll stick with you closer than your own kinsmen. Like those in the UPK, like these brothers and sisters here, they're not family by blood or immediate family rather. But boy, were they with me when you went through the bottom. Boy, if they not with you, like when you went through like the low, you was in like a lower state, and they helped you out when they turned their back on you. So you got to keep these friends around. Shalom, right? Bishop Doc. All right, come. So this is how they were. So you gotta look at who's really gonna be with you. Like when you come to serve Christ and you decided you didn't want to sleep with another man's wife no more, or you wanted to put the weed down or cigarettes down or stop smoking hookah. You decided that you want to stop with the scheming and you want to stop trapping, and you decided that you didn't want to live out certain behavior or lifestyles. So you decided you want to leave one alphabet group, or you want to leave one acronym and go join another acronym. So once you did that, it's kind of like they all abandoned on you. But what about the ones that are with you when nobody else is with you? These are how you find your friends. And in this Bible, we're going to, in the New Testament, we're going to show you how Christ showed you how you find your friends. Because your friends is going to be a part of that brotherhood and sisterhood. And that's what's most important when we're dealing with the dollar bill that has like no value. What has value? Always. Whether you got the money or not. The Bible says money is a defense. Money is good to have, but it's not the most important thing. One of the most important things is to love your neighbor as yourself. All right? So that's what the law contends upon. Love the Most High with all you got. And right next to it, all night into that is you are loving your neighbor as yourself, your brother as yourself. That's above having money. You understand? So Proverbs is telling us what we have to do. So now we'll go to the Apocrypha. We'll go to Ecclesiasticus. Let's go to the 12th chapter. I'm going to start at verse 8. So we're going to go into like how you find a brother. We're going to go into how you find a sister. All right, so this is a book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 8. A friend cannot be known in prosperity. All right, you can't find your friend. A friend cannot be known in prosperity. When everything's all good and if everything's turning good out for you, you won't find your friend there. That's where you won't find your friend. All right. That's where you're not going to find your friend. Oh, Slacky. Slacky, what's saying this, bro? Slacky. Like, you won't find no friends when you're being like successful and you're flourishing and you got all the finances and everything's going good. You cannot find no friend in prosperity. You will not find them. You'll find leeches, of course, absolutely. But finding a friend, you won't find your friend in prosperity. That's what Ecclesiastes is saying. A friend cannot be known in prosperity. You won't know they're your friend. You might think they are because they came and you got all your riches. And as that old silly saying, you are who you hang around with. Well, if that's the case, there's a reason. There's a reason why the poor stays with the poor and the rich stays with the rich. Because with that saying that you are who you hang around with, well, if I'm poor, that means I can't hang around the rich. because I'm not rich. But you will lose a good friend because you divide it up based on socialism, based on someone's finances and capitalism. So like you will lose a great friend because they don't have money. So why do I have to have thousands and millions of dollars to be your friend? Why can't I just be who I am and you be who you are? Hell, I might got some advice for you to make your business flourish, and you could definitely help me out and help me out with my businesses, or we could just be friends. Like, some people doesn't have a desire to be quote unquote rich and own everything. Some people just want, themselves a nice house or two, or house and some land, and be something for the kids to inherit, and want a subtle life. Some people don't really want everything. They don't want like 17 houses and this old school size house. It's a mansion size of a high school. You know what I'm saying? You can't even yell to your kids. You gotta like call them. Like some of us want a house big enough just so you can say something and the kids still hear you, or yell it out a little louder. But what Ecclesiasticus is saying, it says a friend cannot be known in prosperity. All right, let me keep going. And an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. Like when things is getting rough, you're going to see who your enemies are. You're going to see who your real friends are. You're going to see who's going to turn their backs against you when you face adversity. Because your real friends are the ones who was with you when you had nothing. Your real friends are the ones who stood by you when you lost everything or you had nothing. And they was with you when you got it. So that is a terrible cliche that everyone knows about. You are who you hang with. Meaning like, the poor wants to be friends with people. You know what I'm saying? But, why do I have to have, like, why, for an example, of course, who's somebody that's really wealthy? LeBron James. So why I got to be a basketball player? Why can I not just be friends with LeBron James? Why I got to be a basketball player, or why I got to be extremely wealthy just to be his friend? Or why does somebody has to be a good actress? Why somebody got to be a singer to be friends with Beyonce, or stuff like that? Why you got to be, some accountant, some hotshot accountant, hotshot lawyer, and they worth $1 million. Why I got to be a lawyer or be worth $1 million just to be friends with this lawyer? Like we grew up together. I was lying when you had nothing, and you went to school and put in the work and you became a lawyer. So now we can't no longer be friends because you got money now. So like we got to get past that that particular ideology about you all who you hang with, meaning like about who your friends are going to be. Because right here it's talking about you're gonna know who your enemy is when you start to face adversity. All right, we'll keep going. Verse 9. In prosperity of a man's enemies will be grieved, but the adversity even a friend will depart. All right, we'll keep going. Verse 10, Salakia, not number 10. Never trust thine enemy. So this was telling like you're gonna find some people who you think is your friend, and they're not your friend. If you got new friends after you got the money, just don't even call them friends. Just call them a temporary associate, a temporary voice. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them get too close. They're not really your friends. Like, or let's just say they could be a friend, right? By definition, you won't know until you hit something rough. Hard, you know what I'm saying, a fork in the road. Like you won't know until you actually face adversity. And who wants to go and face adversity or go in a low state or go in the mud with somebody that's not proven? Who you do know is the one you grew up with, the one that was poor with you. You do know they're gonna be with you when you had nothing, and they'll be with you once you gain it all. Like these are your friends. These are the ones that stuck by you, held you accountable, You know what I'm saying? And was riding with you. Them are the ones you keep. All these new people that come around, let's call it a business social. You know what I'm saying? They got some good business ideas. It might be a connection or someone you can network with, but they're not your friends. All right. All right. So I'm gonna drop this. I'm gonna go back to Proverbs. I'm gonna go to the 6th chapter. Proverbs 6:6. So when you're dealing with friends and you're dealing with brotherhood, there's a way we're supposed to act. There's a way of how we can move together. Some of us wanted the microwave mentality, or it's all about me, it's all about I, and we do not live accordingly or a proper way to show our people. Like if you notice, like have anybody, and I got a question for y'all in the chat too. Just answer me this question. Have anybody seen a Moabite / Chinese homeless person? Have anybody seen a Chinese homeless person? If y'all can put that in the chat, let me know. Because I can't think of one. I cannot think of a Chinese homeless person. To my recollection, I do not know if I've seen one. All right. So if y'all can put that in the chat, let me know if y'all saw one. Because I'm about to go over some of these in this Bible, how like even certain animals and insects know how to have cohesion amongst one another. And we have to teach it to our people. We got to be retaught how to prefer one another, how to deal with one another, and how to only choose our own over everybody else. You understand? So, all right, so this is the book of Proverbs, the 6th chapter. We're going to start at verse 6. It says, "Go to the ant, thou sluggard." Like, when it says go to the ant, like, go look at what the ants do, you sluggish person, like you person that don't want to move, or you slow moving like molasses, like you taking your time. Like, go look at the ants. Like, the ants are prepared. Like, they gonna take their Cheeto, and they go and, you know what I'm saying, you see that, you take that Cheeto and drop it on the ground, and you see about 3,500 ants all picking up that Cheeto up. And they take it to a little ant hive, and they put it inside the little ant hive, and that's food for the summer, or that's food for the winter. Like, they go and they prepare. They're looking at what they need, and they work together. You ain't never really seen one ant by itself. If you did, it was on a suicide mission. If you ever see just one ant, that ant is on a suicide mission. You go ahead and do a little squishing it and be on about your business. But usually, if you see one ant, there are several more. You never really see one ant outside of one on a suicide mission. When you see ants, you see it's plural. It's a bunch of them. And you need to find out what the hell they done smell and what they coming to get. But the point is, like, ants know to work together. They work for their queen, and they take everything back. They take care of their own. Like, they feed their own. They protect their own. And if you see a dead ant, they'll come pick up that dead ant, take it away. Like, they do. They work in unison. They work as a collective and to build with one another. And that's why it says, like, go to the ants. Like, look at what they do. They're all together. You don't see nobody by themselves. You don't see no one ant. You see ants. Always they're never by themselves. And that's why it's important for us, when you're having this brotherhood, to have brothers with you. You know what I'm saying? Hustle and ISUPK, we always got brothers with us. You know what I'm saying? We always together. You understand? So you got to look at what the ants are doing when it says, go to the ants, old sluggard. Like, for those of y'all who ain't got it, go and get it. Start getting yourself some non-perishable foods. Get you some water and honey and the non-perishable foods, and, you know, get you a generator if you can. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself a generator. You know what I'm saying? Don't be so sluggish on getting that generator. Be like, oh, yeah, I've been meaning to get that generator for like the past 5 months now. Well, can you afford to put up $50, $60 a month? Or $80 or $100 a month? If you can do that, then in them 5-6 months you would have had yourself $500-$600. So Don't be so sluggish. Like that's what it says. Go to the ants, oh slugger. Like don't be so lazy. Don't be so last minute. Stop procrastinating. All right. It says, "Go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise." Like we see what the ants doing. They all together. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no division amongst them. They all together. They all crawl together. They all eat together. They prepare together. And if they all come there to get some food, and there's a bunch of them, they gonna die together. They come inside your house. The point is, like you have to learn how to be together. You got to be all on one accord. You got to be together, living with your brothers, living with your sisters, preferring your brothers, preferring your sisters, and not being upset about what you don't have. Like prepare, not be so concerned about you worth $1 million, but I only got $10 in my bank account. No, we got to prefer ourselves, our people, because for those are people that's wealthy, all y'all can go to the bank. It's understood that everybody got a bank account and say they got money in their bank account. If everybody go to the bank account to take their money out, half the people not getting paid because the bank gives away your money. So do you really have the money that you say you have? Because the bank lends out money and it let people buy other stuff. So you really don't have what you thought you have. So you can't be so concerned because if you're wealthy and I'm not, I can be your friend. No, look at what the ants do. There ain't no wealthy ant, no poor ant. They're just ants and they're surviving. They're taking care of one another. They're surviving in their ant hive under their queen and living like a whole community. Preparing for summer, preparing for winter, fall, spring, so forth and so on. When it's time to eat, and ain't no one ant go get the food. They all want to eat. They all gonna put it on their backs and carry it, and they all survive. They all flourish and thrive. All right. Verse 7. With having no guide, no overseer or ruler. Now there's nobody guiding them, saying or telling one ant what to do. No, it's all in unison. I mean, like, this is what we need to survive. We need this food. Let's go get this food. All right. Verse 8, it says, provided her meat in the summer and gathered her food in the harvest. All right. Verse 9, it says, how long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? Like, when are you going to realize and wake up that you need your brother, you need your sister? When will you realize that you got this, everything's so much in technology and it makes life and things be so much convenient when things are up and running. But the moment something crashes, your technology becomes useless. When will you wake up and understand that you need people and not smartphone? You need people and not laptop and iPad and Tesla. Like, you need people. You understand? This is what you need to survive. Like, when will you wake up and understand that it's the people going to keep you surviving? Because before you got your iPhone, before you went and got your iPhone and your Teslas and all this other convenient things that you can buy and afford, it took men to make that. But once you got it, what else is it good for if the dollar has no value anymore? So what's more important? The dollar value that's depreciating, or the brotherhood and the sisterhood? Like, you gotta wake up and understand that if you don't come and be a part of that brotherhood and that sisterhood and prefer your own, it will be kind of late. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's gonna be kind of late for a sister to come up in here. Let's not say when Christ comes back, or when the third world war starts, and that value of that dollar has failed. And now we teach in class, you about to get ready to go to the wilderness or something. You know, you're gonna be trying to come in and saying some Salaki, sir. Yeah, how Shimon I thought about seeing how shy, sir. Oh, now you know how to greet a brother. Out of one. Oh, now you know how to greet a brother. You know what I'm saying? Salute a brother. So now you want to come into the fold. Now you want to come and be a part of this brotherhood and sisterhood. When you had your millions, you looked at us and said we couldn't be your friend because we are you are who you hang around. And since we weren't wealthy, we couldn't be your friend. Like you didn't want to help out the men of the Lord. Like you didn't want to donate. You didn't want to be friends, or you didn't want to advise, or you didn't want to give assistance. But now you want to come to the fold once that dollar has lost all its value and you can't buy anything. Just like when the dollar loses that value, you're going to be able to buy no brotherhood. But Lord be with you, you understand? Maybe you can keep these, go read that Bible and try to see if you can understand it and see if we're still teaching. The point that I'm making is that you're going to need to prefer your own now. Like, how long will you be asleep? You understand? Keep going on verse 9. This is how long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? So when will you when will you wake up out of your sleep? Like when will you realize that your money and your riches, the same way you have gotten it, is also another way you can lose it? When will you realize that there's another, I forget the name of the bank. It's one bank in America in particular. It's like the second largest bank. I'm going to look it up for you in a second. They couldn't even get a bailout. So if a bank that gets billions and billions of dollars can't get a bailout, who do you think you are who got just, a couple million or a couple 100,000? You think they're going to bail you out? No. You need to go to the ants. I mean, like, go with your people. Go with your brothers. Go with your sisters. If you got some business and you can help out, help out. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you not help out your kinsmen? Because the ants help themselves out. And my point of bringing about the Chinese is, I have never seen a Chinese homeless person. You know what the Chinese do? Like, they prefer themselves, and like they go out. If they got somebody who falls into a low state, they'll tell them like, "Hey, honey, you come here. You go here. Go to this store. You work. You sleep at the store. You sweep the floor. You mop the bathroom. You wash your hands. You take shower. You do this from 7 in the morning to 5, and you stay here till you get on your feet." Like the Chinese, like they prefer themselves. Like they work hard for themselves, and they got themselves together, and that's how they do. Like the Chinese people, they I've never seen a Chinese homeless person, and I don't really see them voting either. You understand? Like they come together and they stick together. They come in our neighborhoods. They take our money. They build themselves up. You understand? And that's what we got to do. Like the Chinese have like their variation, their own brotherhood and sisterhood. The Chinese, they went to the ants. You understand? And that's what the black Hispanics, Native Americans. To a lesser degree, our Hispanic brothers and sisters, they do this already. You understand? Like they'll go live go get a 3-bedroom house, and they say like the rent maybe $1,500, $1,800. And that'll probably be about 10, 15 deep in there. And y'all put up together maybe like $300 a piece. Just to take out the bills and food and stuff like that. And they'll pay their rent and they'll save their money and stack up and go buy another house and do it the same way with that. It went from 10 down to like 7, and they'll go do it with another house until they're able to like buy more houses and buy more land and get more people over here and get them in a better condition of way of living. So like these are the things we need to do, learn how to do. Go to the ants, but prefer your own, and that's the most and that's what's most important. I'm finna drop this. Let me go and get let's go to Matthew the 12th chapter. So now we about to read something. We're about to read something that's maybe hard for some people to digest. I know, especially Christians. Like what I'm about to bring out, it's gonna be extremely hard for them to digest and understand. Some people just gonna refuse it, but Christ showed our people how you choose your friends. This is how you choose your friend, is what I'm about to read. So we all know that, since Christ had a mother, he had relatives, he had brothers. And Christ is going, what I'm about to read is about to show you, okay, this is how you choose your friends. So for those of y'all who are watching, this is how you choose who you're going to get in the mud with, who should be with you through thick and thin. And Christ laid down the criteria right here. All right, so after seeing this, it should be no other questions about who should you ride with. If you should get rid of all of them hypotheticals. Well, what if this is right here? And who would you choose between this person and that person? All that goes out the door once I read this scripture right here. And this is something that most of us in UPK have done. But I can say most of us. All of us have done this. Salakia. All of us have done this. All right. And a lot of us has been through this, and this is what's necessary. All right. So this is the book of Matthew, the 12th chapter. We're going to start at verse 46. It says, while he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without. So, like, this is Christ here out there talking and speaking, and you know what I'm saying, his mother and his brothers and relatives that came up, and they saw him talking, and they said they stood out. It says, desiring to speak with him. So, they see Christ, teaching, speaking or whatever, and they're like, man, we want to talk to him. Like, we need to talk to him. So this is Christ's family, his mother and her children, his brothers and his relatives. This is Christ's family. They come and speak to him, and he's speaking. You know what I'm saying? And they like, just imagine us at camp, and just imagine anybody up there speaking, camp leader, another officer, general, anybody's up there speaking. Just imagine them speaking, and then like their family comes, meaning like that whoever's speaking, the speaker, the mother comes, and like their siblings, his little brother, little sister, older sister, whatever. His immediate family comes to come see him. All right. So this is what happened to Christ. It says, desiring to speak to him, verse 47. The one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. So the brother went up to Christ, he's speaking. So I'm gonna do another analogy, a comparison. So brother on Shamar went up to the speaker, like Salaki, saying your mother right over here and your brother over here, and they asked him to speak to you. All right, so back with Christ. Christ is speaking, and the brother went up to him and said, Salaki, sir, your mama out here. Yeah, your mama out here and your little brother out here. You know what I'm saying? And they asked him to speak to you. You know what I'm saying? So this is what Christ said to him. Verse 48. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother and who are my brethren? You said my mama? Who's my mama? And who's my little brother? Who? All right. Verse 49. And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brethren. So Christ said, you know what I'm saying? You said my mama out there and my little brother out there, my brothers out there, they want to talk to me? No. My disciples, that's my mother, that's my brother. So an analogy of today is like you see brothers out there on their podium speaking. You say like, you know what I'm saying, I'm my mama out there, my little brother out there. No, the brother is holding his Bible while I speak. The brother is holding Shamar. That's my mother, that's my brother. Salaki. But that was on my brother. All right? And that's what Christ said to tell him. Those who are with him serving the Lord is his mother, is his brother. These are your friends. Not the one you just grew up with and y'all was just always cordial and they went and got rich. And no, the ones that serve the Lord is your mother, is your brother. These are how you choose your friends in this Bible right here. So I'm going to keep going. Verse 50. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same is my brother, and sister is my mother. If you ain't serving the Most High, oh well, you ain't my mother, you ain't my brother, you ain't my sister. The ones who are serving the Most High with me is my brother, my sister, and my mother. So that's how this is what Christ said. And those of us in UPK, we chose to serve the Lord with the men and women in UPK over our mothers and wives and children and brothers and sisters and parents and grandparents, whatever the case may be, over good childhood friends. We chose to serve the Lord in heaven, the God of Israel. And a lot of them turned their backs on us. You know what I'm saying? And some of us lost wives, lost children. But we chose to rock with the Most High, stay with the Most High. And that's what Christ is telling you. This is how you choose your friends. In today's time, it's the it's the ISUPK. Your mama come out there, she ain't with the Lord. And, yeah, that's just your mother that birthed you, but you still love her. But who you serve and who you be friends with is who is in the mud with you. Who's serving the Lord with you as we get out from asunder. That's who your mother is, your brother is, and your sister is. And that's what Christ said. Yeah, that's my mother that birthed me. That's my brothers out there. That's my family. Yeah, that's my mama. But y'all see these men over here who's serving the Most High? That's my mother. That's my brother. That's my sister. And a lot of Christians won't be able to understand that or accept it. But the men that got the oil on their head and became an officer, we understand that our family is the men and women of the UPK. We are the ones who serve the Lord, and we're going to be with each other through thick and thin. We are the ones who are our friends. All right? So I'm going to drop that. I'm going to go to Ecclesiasticus. Let's go back to the 12th chapter. I'm going to go up a couple verses. Let me go up to about 4. So, for those of you who don't know, this is how you choose your friends. This is how you choose who's going to serve with the, who's going to serve with you, who's going to be with you through thick and thin. Because remember, when you chose to serve Christ and follow and serve the Most High, worship the Most High, our family are the ones who turned against us. For some of us, or majority of us, they turned their backs against us. And who did you have when they turned their backs on you? You had your brother and sister in UPK who served Christ, who served the Most High. You understand? You had them that served the Most High, right? So they served the Most High. They were with you when you had nothing. They was with you when you was facing adversity. They stood with you. So us in the UPK, we stood by every brother in here, every sister in here, when they family turned their backs on them, when they had nothing, and we opened up our home to our brothers and sisters. You understand? So like we're not. You got to be on one accord. Like you got to do what the ants do. Like the ants help themselves, and those of in UPK, we are like those ants. Like we help our own. You understand? And granted, we still go out to the streets to serve our people. To feed our people, to clothe our people. But when it comes to everything else, we are each other's brothers, mothers, and sisters. So this is what you have to understand. Like your friends are the ones who are gonna be with you through adversity, thick and thin, and most definitely ones are the Israelite School of UPK under Commander Junior Hunter. Like he raises up men. And know how the man's supposed to be according to this Bible. He raises men up, made of fine gold and warriors, and above all, good brotherhood, good friends. You understand? Salaki. So this is what they got. There's brothers that'll open up their home to you. You know what I'm saying? They'll open up their home to you when you don't have nothing. And that's brotherhood. Yeah, that dollar you had meant nothing because you didn't have no money. Or you had the money and it has no value, but the brotherhood has value. We got to understand that this is what's necessary. This is what is needed. You understand? So, that's a lot. I got just a couple more scriptures for y'all. I ain't gonna keep y'all too long. So if we can go to Ecclesiasticus. Let's go to chapter 12, verse 6. No, we'll go to verse 4. It says, give to the godly man. Who's the godly man? The men of the UPK. The ones that actually serve the Lord. The ones that actually follow after Christ's teaching. the ones that out there serve and keep the law, statutes, and commandments. These are your godly men. Not that pastor, not that bishop or the deacon, or Allah, or whatever the hell, maybe whoever hell else is out there, Jehovah, all that stuff. None of that. It says, give to the godly man. Help not a sinner. Uh-oh. You see that sinner? No, don't help them. And there's a difference between a person who committed a sin and that's a sinner. There's a difference with those who just live in outright sin and just this is what they do, like a prostitute or a drug dealer, you know what I'm saying, a pedophile, alternative lifestyles, the rainbow acronym, them. Those are your sinners. Now, someone that just committed a sin and they just messed up, but they're not just a sinner, that's something totally different. Maybe I'll break it down later on. But the scripture says, give to a godly man, a man that serves the Most High and not a sinner. It says, do well, verse 5, do well unto him that is lowly. Do good by the man that's in a low state. Like if you see that brother that's a godly man, but he just need help financially or something like that, or need help with some food or something like that, or with a job, help the brother out. Help that brother out. Do good by that brother that's in a low state. You know what I'm saying? But give not to the ungodly. But that brother that's out there trapping, don't give him nothing. That sister that's out there just scamming everybody, always boosting, then don't give that silly bride nothing. You know what I'm saying? For to keep going. It says, hold back thy bread and give not unto him, lest he overmaster thee, therefore, for else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good thou hast shalt be done unto him. I mean, like you up there about to give to that brother that's selling dope. Let's say like he get raided, right? You know what I'm saying? Police bust him. They take out his money. He bonds out of jail. And he needs about $2,000 to go buy some more dope to get back on his feet. Don't be the one that go, he's a drug dealer. Don't be the one that give him $500 and he gonna buy himself, I don't know, half a pound of weed or something. Because when you do that, give him to the ungodly, then you're gonna get some judgment as well. Like the Lord is actually punishing them. And you're trying to stop the Lord's punishment by giving unto them. And that's why it says right here, it says, lest he overmaster thee, for else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good thou shalt have done unto him. You understand? So like, to the ones that's ungodly, and don't give them nothing. Period. Give not to the ungodly. Don't break your bread with them. You give to a godly man. And this is what we need to understand. Give to the godly man. Verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners. For those y'all we Christians that be saying, oh, he don't hate the sinner. He hates the sin. No, the Bible just says, for the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Verse 7, give unto the good and help not the sinner. All right? It's like, don't help the sinner. You help the man that serves the Most High. You help them. You help out your friends. You help out your mother and your brother, or what Christ spoke about, the ones who serve the Most High, the disciples, the men of the UPK. These are who you're supposed to help. These are the men you give money to, not the ungodly. Not the ones that's selling dope, the ones that need to go buy some new type of purse to go boost them some more. You don't give to the ungodly. You don't give to the scammer. You understand? Let's go to Ecclesiastes. This is probably the last scripture I bring out. We're going to Ecclesiastes, the 6th chapter. We're going to start at verse 5. Ecclesiastes 6 and 5. Ecclesiastes 6 and 5, and I'm going to let y'all go. Ecclesiastes 6 and 5, and it says, sweet language will multiply friends. Yeah, like you got to speak good to people. You know what I'm saying? Build up that brother, build up that sister. Like, don't be so down in the way you talk to them. You understand? Like, that'll multiply friends, speaking good and compliment and You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. That's how you multiply your friends. Nobody wants to be talked. No one wants to be talked at or talked down to. But speak kind words. It says, verse 5, and a fair speaking tongue will increase kind greetings. You know, so say to the brother, hey, yo, brother, how you doing, man? You doing all right? Lord be with you, man. Just stay up. Keep your head up. You know, say words like that. That's how you multiply your friends. All right? And that's how you get good greetings. Verse 6, be in peace with many. Nevertheless, have but one counselor of 1,000. You know, a lot of our sisters, you ever notice like who their counselors are? If you know, y'all don't know, just watching. A lot of our sisters, their counselors come from Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You know, all the people in like their comment section. Girl, you need to do this. You ain't even got to do that. Or they saw somebody make a meme and someone made a short video and now they think they good counselors. He says, no, don't deal with them counselors. If all but and nevertheless have but one counselor out of 1,000. You have just one. And that should be your husband or your camp leader. You know what I'm saying? Let that be your counsel. Men of the serve the Lord. Verse 7. If thou wouldst get a friend, prove him first. Like a lot of times when it says prove him first, like make sure you know that's your friend. Like don't go say like, oh yeah, this is my homeboy, this is my friend. Then 2 weeks later, we see the man get busted for like sleep with an underage girl. You be like, hey, that's your friend, right? Like, well, no, I ain't known him that long though. Like, no, you said this was your man's though. Like, you gotta prove your friends. Make sure like they are with you. Make sure they understand you. You know what I'm saying? Like they are proven. Meaning like they gotta be on the same court. Like if we're gonna be like how the ants do, I'm just trying to put up meat. Like it can't be you coming there and you bringing in pork. No, you can just put in unedible meat. Now you got to put in stuff that we know is gonna be cohesive for us. That's we serve the Most High. So you got to make sure you know who your friends are. Know the ones that labor amongst you. Like make sure he's proven. All right. It says if thou will get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. Like don't be so quick to, you know what I'm saying, just give him credit for something he ain't earned yet. Verse 8. For some, man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. Like they only your friend because you got that money. They only your friend because you up right now. But the day you lose it all, you lose them as well. So these are your money friends. When you got money, they're your friend. When you ain't got no money, you ain't your friend. So lock you. Verse 9. And there is a friend who being turned to enmity and strife will discover thy reproach. Verse 10. Again, some friends and a companion at the table will not continue in the day of affliction. Like these ones that at your dinner table, you got that new contract. You gonna go to the NFL, NBA, or you sign that $200 million contract or that $50 million contract. Yeah, they're gonna be at your table. They ain't your friends. All right. Verse 11. But in thy prosperity, he will be as thyself, and he will bold over thy servants. Verse 12. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee, and he will hide himself from thy face. We all know that just when you lose that money, you lose your friends. Verse 13. Separate thyself from thine enemies, and take heed of thy friends. Like, you know how to separate yourself. Find out the ones who are going to be with you through thick and thin. And the only way you will know that is you've been through thick and thin with them. You had them when you didn't have nothing. When everybody turned their backs against you, they stood with you. These are your friends. I'm going to keep going. Verse 14, and this is a real important one. A faithful friend is a strong defense. Like that friend's going to be able to protect you with his life. That is a good friend. And he that hath found such as one hath found a treasure. So here's what we get to like the currency. The real currency is that friend, that brotherhood, sister, that treasure. That is the currency that you need. I know the dollar loses its value. That treasure cannot be paid for. That treasure is like an unspendable money. Like that money is so rich you couldn't even pay for it. Because when your money goes out of value, you can no longer pay for it. But if you got this currency, this type of treasure, it's something you cannot let go of. You understand? So like you find yourself a true friend, someone that's been with you and is gonna be there and thick and thin and hold you accountable and will live for you and will die for you. Like these are your ones you're gonna want to keep around. The ones that's gonna protect you. You understand? Like this is what Christ was talking about there. This is how you choose who your friends are. You understand? A certain most Lord is gonna be there to protect you. You know what I'm saying? That's what Commander Johanna teaches us in the Israelite School of UPK. Brotherhood is a weapon. That term was coined by Captain Akkad. So you got to keep that. You understand? So I'm reread 14. A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that have found such and one have found a treasure. Like you found real money. You found something that's worth keeping. Now that's the real currency. The currency is brotherhood, not the American dollar, not the yen, and not whatever currency BRICS come up with. BRICS, not whatever gold, not whatever silver, not whatever titanium or land. You find yourself a friend, you find yourself a real currency. All right. All right. So with that, verse 15. Nothing doeth countervail a faithful friend, and his excellency is invaluable. Like nothing's going to get rid of that friend. Like you can't counteract the good that they bring towards your life. You understand? Like they ain't doing nothing that's going to be like counterproductive, like bringing in pork. We know we don't eat pork, or they want to bring over heathens to you, or something like that that countervails what you got going on. Like that's what a good friend would do. It wouldn't do that. A faithful friend is in his exit is invaluable. Verse 16. A faithful friend is the medicine of life, and they that fear the Lord shall find him. So you got that faithful friend. They is medicine to your life. They're gonna be the ones that's going to help you out, not your business associates. Because once the money go away, they go away. A faithful friend is that treasure that you need that's going to defend you. It's going to be the medicine to sustain you. And we all, especially us in UPK, like, man, do we got some friends in here. This is speaking from like a personal experience. So like we got good friends here, and we've been proven to one another. So if you ain't learned nothing, learn this. How do you choose your friends? Christ chose the disciples over his mother and his brethren, over his family, over his mama. And why was he able to do that? He said because they didn't serve the Most High God. I'm gonna go right back to Matthew 12:46. Just reread this whole thing real quick. While yet he talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, Christ's mama and his siblings, desiring to speak with him. Verse 47. Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. So one of the men would tell Christ, hey man, your mama out here, your brothers and them, your family out here, they want to talk to you. But he answered and said unto him that told him, he said, Christ said to the man that gave him that message, who is my mother and who are my brethren? Verse 49, and he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples and said, Christ said this right here, the Israelite School UPK. He said, behold, my mother and my brethren. Like this is my mama, and this is my brother, this is my little brother right here. And he said, verse 50, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. If you ain't serving the Most High Christ, and give a damn, that's your mother that birthed you, that's your brother you grew up with, you love your family, but no, your brother and your mother, your sister, is the ones who does the will of the Most High God in heaven, the God of Israel. So if you serve the God of Israel, and go back to Ecclesiastes 6 and 16, it says, a faithful friend is the medicine of life, and they that fear the Lord shall find him. You serve the Most High, you will find that friend, all right? So this is how you find your friends. Like the dollar has no value, but brotherhood does. And the real value is that treasure of a friend. And you can find that in the Israelite School of UPK. And we gotta learn how to do what the ants do by banding together. We gotta learn how to pull a brother to the side or sister to the side, or go to her Ottawa, of course. Have a counsel. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? She did this to offend me, or he did this to offend me. Then we should make amends and keep moving forward. You understand? So, currency is something. Money is a defense, but man, having a friend and brotherhood, that's medicine to sustain your life. You know, so having a friend is your defense. You understand? All right. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end the class. To all the brothers, Yahweh Bashin Yahweh Shabarakatha. To all the sisters, Yahweh Shamalatha Bashin Yahweh Shah. And for those y'all, when that American dollar come in, y'all want to know when we having class, we might be in the wilderness. It might be too late. Salakia. And with that, shalom.
She all in her feelings. Ice all up on me, I'm chillin'. She say I be looking suspicious. Banana is done, got me pillin'. Diana, I sit till it's ending. He need to slow down cause he trippin'. Things she need, I be getting. But more of the story, I'm here till the ending. But I really don't know if bloodshot they hit me. She say I'm too deep with these women. But no, I can't fuck none of these bitches. If I did, I get checked by the general. So listen up, I wanna get you in the truth. Lord ain't saving no fool. If you float away, do what you do. Yeah, this real like no cartoon. Early in the morning. Early in the morning, I just be waking up touring. These niggas snoring, they ain't doing nothing. Well, fuck your assumptions, we getting money. But it don't control us, no, we ain't no dummies. No, we ain't no dummies, nigga,
Yeah, all I need is Shia. Yeah, all I need is Shia. Pull me up one. All I need is Shia. Need is Shia. All I need is Shia. Pull me up some. All I need is Shia. All I need is Zion, put me on some. All I need is Zion, all I need is Zion.
Real righteous for my dollars. Yeah, I'm working for my father. With the Lord truth, I'm a monster. Soldiers with me like piranhas. Always on guard, rock roller. I'm done with the milk, no toddler. I see Lil' Shaw that got some problems. So watch how I clear the bottle. Whoa, I got my shit right. I got my list right. It's more than this life, gold on me good night. Might have a wrist spine. The path like it's light. Shot through the hood light. Get your damn shit right. Boy, use the Israelites. Learn something this time. Don't be a low life. Get in control, fight. You gotta fight all these demons, man. Control that shit, man. Get right with the Lord, man. She told me I'm always just teasing. Got you ready, got me cheesing. Diana still got me leaving. I control it, but don't need the demon. Go to my mouth, got me blinking. I go live before, but no chicken. Life ain't always what it's seeming. It's a cold world, use a penguin. Deep in the night and the evening. Lil' Shawty with me and we creeping. She love how I pull up unseen. She can sense a real